We'll get started for class today in a child's pose, and you can go ahead and come on down, bring your big toes to touch. Your knees can nestle together, or you can have them wide to the edges of the mat, whichever feels best for you, just to get started in the practice today. Reach your fingertips forward, but let your shoulders be relaxed. And allow your forehead to come down to the mat. Of course, if it doesn't come down to the mat, you can rest it on a block or maybe a folded blanket. Just make contact with that third eye center, and we'll just take a few moments here to arrive to the practice and arrive to your mat and your space. Whatever effort it took to get here today, you've done it and you're here. And just begin to let that energy settle. First, begin to bring awareness to your physical body, just noticing how you're feeling today. Just taking a quick scan on anything you might need to adjust for, anything that needs a little extra attention. And begin to bring your awareness now to how you're feeling energetically. Whether you're feeling high energy, low energy, maybe somewhere in between. Just taking a few moments to notice. Bring your awareness now to your heart space, your emotional body. Just taking inventory here of anything that's on your heart, anything you might have brought with you today. Not trying to change anything here, just taking stock. And finally, bring your awareness to your intellectual body. What's on your mind, if anything? And now let's bring that awareness solely to the breath. Just notice how the breath is moving naturally in and out of your body. Notice where your inhales begin and how deep they are, whether or not there's a pause in between top of breath and exhale. Notice the length of your exhales and where they complete. Now let's deepen that breath together. Breathing in through the nose, fill all the way up. Feel your belly press down either against your thighs or down towards the earth. And open your mouth at the top and just let it go. Again, breathe in deeply, fully. Feel your ribs expand, your back body begin to rise up into your space. And open your mouth, release. One more super deep breath, deepest breath of your day so far. Fill all the way up from the little tip of your tailbone up to the crown of your head. And when you reach the top of the breath, just let it fall out of you. And seal your lips now. Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose if that feels okay for you today. Just invite you to keep your awareness on your breath throughout practice. Try to keep your exhales just as long, if not longer, than your inhales. And if you have an intention that you'd like to set for practice today, go ahead and set one now. Good job, yogi. Go ahead and blink open your eyes. And on your next inhale, reach your fingertips forward. Just walk them forward on your mat. Your forehead stays down so the elbows begin to lift up off of the mat. And as you exhale, press the palms into the mat. Inhale, begin to drag yourself forward into a kind of extended tabletop. And if your knees aren't close together, go ahead and bring them towards one another now, and the tops of the feet are down on the mat. As you exhale, bend the elbows straight back and lower as slowly as you can all the way down to your belly. Inhale, press through your palms, push yourself back up into this modified plank position. And as you exhale, sink your hips back towards your heels. Good, just lightly tap the forehead when you arrive. Inhale, pull yourself forward into that modified plank with the knees down. Exhale, lower all the way down. Let the chest, maybe the forehead kiss down. Pull the elbows in towards the sides. Inhale, press yourself up. And exhale, sink the hips back. Let's do that one more time, matching breath to movement. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down, pull the belly in. Inhale, press up. And exhale, sink back. Good. This time as you inhale, come forward into a tabletop position, adjusting so that hands are underneath shoulders and knees are underneath the hips. Good. Take a moment here on that exhale to find your neutral tabletop position. Wrap your triceps around behind your upper arm bone and gaze straight down. And on your next inhale, find cow pose. Let your belly drop low, lift your gaze, lift your tail. Exhale for cat, press through your palms, chin to chest. Good, tuck your tail. Inhale for cow, stretch through the front body as you pull your heart forward. And exhale for cat, reach the back of the heart up towards the sky. Let's take a few more rounds just like this on your breath to your movement, which might be faster or slower than mine. And feel free to find any organic movements here that might feel good for you. Maybe even just close your eyes and see where your body takes you. Let's take one more round of breath wherever you are. And we'll meet back in our neutral tabletop position. From here, reach your right hand forward with the thumb facing up towards the sky. And take your left toes back behind you. Leave them down on the mat for just a moment, taking a second here to find a stable base. Press through your left palm. Good, press through your right knee and pull your belly button in. And now begin to lift your left toes up off of the mat. Good, the toes are flexed here so the heel reaches back towards the wall behind you. Let's take a breath in and reach forward with the hand and back with the heel. As you exhale, curl in, bring your knee towards your elbow and your chin towards your chest. Inhale to reach long and find length. Exhale, curl it in, moving slowly. Take the whole breath to arrive. Inhale to reach. And last time, exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach. Leave your foot lifted, but place your right hand back down on the mat. Now take your left foot over towards the left and place the foot down on the earth. So the sole of the foot is down on the ground, the toes facing forward. And leave your hips where they are over the right knee. Begin to walk your hands forward, lowering the chest down towards the earth. Maybe gaze forward or maybe the forehead comes down for a version of puppy pose. Good. And walk your hands back just a little bit. We take our right hand and reach it underneath the left arm for a thread the needle with this funky leg variation. So reach your right hand all the way over towards the left with the palm facing up, and then lower the right shoulder down towards the earth and rest the right side of your face down on the earth as well. Take a big breath into the back of the right shoulder, maybe side out. Take another breath in here. And as you exhale, press through the left palm, unwind, walk your hands back towards your legs, and slowly lift up your shoulders over the hips. Reach the hands directly out from the shoulders. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, lower left hand to left leg, reach right hand up and over, gaze up for gate pose. Take another breath in. As you exhale, round forward, bringing hands back to the earth. Bring left knee back underneath the hip. Inhale for cow and exhale for cat. From neutral tabletop position, other side, we'll take the left hand forward, this time with the thumb facing up towards the sky, gaze down, and the right toes back behind us. Leave those toes on the mat for just a moment while you find your strong, stable base. And then lift the right toes up. The heel reaches back towards the space behind you. We'll take a breath in, reach forward, reach back. And as you exhale, knee to elbow, chin to chest. Inhale to reach. And exhale to curl. Think cat in the back. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, last time, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach, leave the right foot lifted, but place the left hand down as you exhale, and then bring that right foot over towards the right. Seal the sole of the foot down on the earth. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, leaving the hips over the knee, begin to walk your hands forward, lowering the chest towards the earth. It doesn't have to touch, just finding some stretch here in the heart space. Maybe gaze forward, maybe the forehead comes down. Now begin to walk your hands just a little bit back towards you, just a couple of inches, so that you can press into your right palm, and then reach that left hand underneath the right arm this time with the palm facing up. Reach as far as you can before lowering the left shoulder, the left side of the face, down to the mat. Good, take a big breath into that left shoulder, and let it go. Inhale, we'll unwind, press into the right palm, place the left hand back on the mat, and then begin to walk the hands back towards the body and lift the shoulders up over the hips. Reach your hands out to the sides, big breath in here. Exhale, gate pose, right hand comes down to right thigh, reach up and over with the left hand. Stretch through the left side body, take a breath in here. Exhale, round forward, left hand, right hand, come back down to the mat, bring your right knee back down. Inhale for cow. And as you exhale, find a cat back and tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Here in this first downward facing dog of practice, go ahead and find some organic movement when you arrive. Maybe pedal your heels or sway your hips side to side. Perhaps gently shake your head no and yes. And eventually come to stillness. Press through your palms, gaze back towards your ankles. Really reach your heels down towards the earth. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Good. This time on your inhale, come up high onto your tippy toes. And as you exhale, bend your knees deeply and sink your hips really far back. Press through your palms, still gazing back towards your feet. Good, take a big breath in here, reaching those hips back. And as you exhale, lower your heels down towards the earth. Another breath in. This time as you exhale, step your feet to the edges of the mat. So we're in a wide downward facing dog pose. And begin to walk your hands just a little bit closer to your feet. So we're wide and also short downward facing dog. Take a breath in. As you exhale, take right or left hand to right ankle, to the outside of the right ankle, or maybe to the calf, and begin to gaze underneath the right armpit. Down dog twist. Take another breath in and let it go. Release your left hand back to the earth and switch sides. Right hand now comes to the outside of the left ankle, or maybe the outside of the left calf. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, Gaze underneath that left armpit, finding a little bit of a twist, stretch through the upper back. Another breath in. Exhale, let it go. Place the right hand down and then keep walking your hands back towards your feet for a wide-legged forward fold at the back of the mat. And go ahead and turn those toes out and heels in so you feel a little bit more stable, and bend your knees deeply here. Grasp opposite elbows and sway side to side for ragdoll. Again, maybe gently shake the head no and nod the head yes. Now bring your hands back down to the earth. Inhale, find a halfway lift and a flat back. Maybe the fingertips stay down on the ground. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up. And as you rise, reach your arms up and away in a little star pose. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, this time as you lower the palms down to heart center, also bend through your knees and begin to slowly lower the sits bones down towards the earth, coming into Malasana, yogi squat here at the back of the mat. You can always take a block underneath your tailbone if that feels okay for you. Good, take another breath in. Maybe those elbows are pressing into the insides of the knees to help you find a little bit more space, and stay for your breath out. Another breath in here. And as you exhale, bring hands down to the earth, lift your hips high, forward fold. This time we'll heel toe our feet closer together so they're underneath the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, walk your hands forward. Find yourself in high plank. Top of a push-up. Take a moment to arrive here. Fingers spread wide. Press through the palms and pull the belly button in and up. Good. Engage through your legs. And remember that you can lower your knees at any time here in our high plank. Good. Let's take another breath in together. And as you exhale, lower the knees to the mat and then lower all the way down to the earth, just like we did at the beginning of practice. Untuck the toes and press the tops of the feet into the mat. As you inhale, lift the heart for baby cobra. Pull the elbows in towards the sides and exhale, lower. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, up. Try to use the strength of your back body to lift you. And exhale, lower down. Inhale up. This time we hold. And maybe you hover through the hands while you stay here. Keep pressing through the tops of the feet so much that the knees begin to lift up off of the mat. Good. One more breath in. Maybe rise up just a little bit higher. And exhale, lower down. Press yourself back to a extended active child's pose. Just a stretch through the low back here. And tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here in down dog. Inhale to look forward, bend your knees a lot, come up onto those tippy toes. And as you exhale, you can step, hop, or maybe float up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Hands touch at the top. Exhale, drag the thumbs down through the midline to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Try to keep a flat back the whole way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to high plank, but this time let's ride that exhale, either halfway down to chaturanga or all the way down to the belly. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra if you're on the belly. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll take 2 breaths here. Come back to your intention that you set in the beginning of practice. Come back to your mat. If your mind has wandered. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale when you arrive. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. One more sun salutation A. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take your vinyasa. Whatever your variation is, you can always skip these, of course, or do something different, maybe cat-cow. But we meet in downward facing dog for 2 breaths before we go to the top of the mat once more. And on your next inhale, look forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold, let that go. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. And exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time, exhale, chair pose. Sink the hips low. Good, weight is in the heels here. And our tail is in a neutral position. So try to keep a flat back as best you can. Pull the belly button in and allow those shoulders to come away from the ears. Staying low here in our chair pose and keeping the toes down on the mat. Just lift your left heel up and then lower. Now lift your right heel and lower. Lift your left heel, lower, right heel, and lower. This time we'll lift our left heel and begin to hover the toes. Good, take a moment to find your balance. Grip into the mat with your right toes. And then on an inhale, straighten through your right leg, lift up, left knee in line with left hip, one-legged mountain pose. Allow your exhale to let you settle into this balancing posture. Take another breath in here. As you exhale, slowly step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat as slow as you can, landing lightly and land in high lunge. Good, take a breath in here. Exhale, open twist to the right. Right hand goes back and left hand is forward. Maybe gaze back towards the right thumb. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, staying twisted, begin to lower the left hand down to the mat inside of the right foot. So we land in an easy twist. Right hand reaches high and looking up. Take another breath in here. Exhale, lower the right hand down to the mat and lower the left knee down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the hands up, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink the hips down. Get another breath in. And exhale, shift the hips back for half splits. Straighten through the right leg, hips stay over the left knee, and flex the right toes back towards the face. Good, take a breath in. And maybe as you exhale, sink the chest a little bit lower. Breathing into that sensation. On your next inhale, rebend into the right knee and tuck your left toes. Exhale, step your right foot back, take a vinyasa, and meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach. And exhale, chair pose, sink the hips low. Good, this time, begin to lift that right heel up while all the toes stay down, and then lower. Left heel up, and then lower. Good, hips stay low. Hover that right heel up, and then lower. Left heel up, and lower. This time, right heel lifts, and the toes begin to hover up off of the mat. Take a moment while we're still crouched down low here to grip into the mat with the left toes and begin to find your strong, stable base. On your next breath in, straighten through the left leg, lift up, one-legged mountain pose. Right knee in line with the right hip. Good, exhale, settle into this balance. Another breath in here. Exhale, step the right foot all the way, slow as you can, to the back of the mat, landing lightly in a high crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, open twist left. Left hand goes back, right hand forward. Maybe gaze back towards the left thumb. We'll take a breath in here. And as you exhale, staying twisted, begin to lower that right hand down to the mat, inside of the left foot, landing in our easy twist. Gaze up towards the left hand. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lower left hand down, lower right knee, and untuck the toes. Inhale, lift up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink the hips down towards the earth. Take a breath in. This time as you exhale, shift the hips back, half splits. Straighten through the left leg and flex those left toes back towards your face. Good, try to keep a flat back. Keep breathing into that sensation. Maybe even ease your left hip back, your right hip forward. On your next breath in, rebend into left knee. Good, tuck right toes, and as you exhale, step left foot back and take a vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. And let's take 2 breaths here in down dog. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then down by the sides. Let's take a moment here in our mountain pose. Maybe even close your eyes for just a moment. Just feeling the energy that you've created in your practice flowing through your body. Come back to your intention and your breath. And on your next inhale, blink open those eyes, reach the hands overhead. Exhale, chair pose, sink the hips low. This time, as you inhale, we lift right up with the left knee, straightening through the right leg. And as you exhale, cross the left ankle over the right knee, sink down into figure 4. Hands can come to heart center. Just take a moment here with the left toes flexed, maybe sink a little bit lower. On your next inhale, rise back up. And as you exhale, again, step that left foot all the way to the back of the mat, landing in our high crescent lunge. Take a breath in here. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Left heel comes down. Take a moment here to readjust your stance if you need to. Bend deeply into the right knee, gaze over the right fingertips. Inhale, flip the right palm, lift it up and back, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, extended side angle, right hand comes down, left hand reaches up and over. Try to keep your right obliques firm here, little to no weight in that right arm wherever it lands. On your next breath in, rise up and turn towards the left, star pose, facing the long edge of your mat. Exhale, sink down deep into your left knee, Skandasana. There's just a deep side lunge. You can stay up high with the right toes lifting up off of the mat, or maybe you come down deeper. Maybe your hips come all the way down to the earth. Hands can come to heart center. They can be down on the floor. Wherever your hands are, roll the shoulders back. Open heart. Let's take another breath in here. And as you exhale, we'll transition to the front of the mat. See if you can keep your hands up off of the earth as you come all the way around to frame the right foot for a low lunge. Plant the left palm. Inhale, reach your right arm high for the twist. Exhale, lower right hand, step back, take a vinyasa, and we meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, right to it, other side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, sink low. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Lift that right knee up. And exhale, figure four. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Sink the hips low. Cross the palms together, heart center. Next breath in. Come back up to one-legged mountain pose. And as you exhale, step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat, slowly and lightly, using the strength of your left leg. Take a breath in your high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Lower the right heel and gaze over the left fingertips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Tip it up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Left hand comes down, right hand reaches forward. Gaze up here. Roll your right shoulder back. Inhale, rise all the way up, star pose, face the long edge of your mat. Exhale, sink deeply into right knee, skandasana. Left toes can lift up and flex back towards the body. Hips can stay high or maybe they go even lower. It might be different on this side, so just give yourself a little grace and compassion, just allow for that. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, transition towards the front of the mat once more. Hands frame the left foot. Good, plant your right palm. Inhale, reach the left arm high for the twist. And exhale, lower left hand down, step back. Take a vinyasa. When you arrive in your downward facing dog, go ahead and lower the knees, untuck the toes, and sit back on your heels with the shoulders over the hips. Just allow your hands to rest in your lap and close your eyes. Just again, taking a moment here to allow the practice to sink in, to reconnect to your breath, to reconnect to your intention. Begin to flutter the eyes open and walk the hands forward. Meet in downward facing dog. Let's slow it down now. Begin to get some good juicy stretches in. As you inhale, reach your right heel high. Exhale, shift forward, bring the right knee behind the right wrist with the right foot over towards the left side of the mat, half pigeon pose. While you're still lifted here, just ease your left foot back a little bit and then untuck the toes. Take a look back, see that the foot is in line with the rest of the leg. Taking one hand to either side of that front right leg. Allow a moment for finding balance from side to side here. See if you're favoring one side or the other, and then come back to the middle. Take a breath in, reach the crown of the head up, find length in your spine. And when you exhale, try to keep that length in the spine as you fold forward over the right leg for a sleeping pigeon. And find somewhere for your forehead to rest. It might be the earth or the mat. Maybe you stack your hands or your fists, or maybe it's a block. Good, no control over the breath any longer. Just let it come naturally. Let your shoulders and your neck relax. Begin to walk the hands back towards the body, lifting back up. And we'll shift the weight over into the right hip. Big movement with that left leg. Bring it all the way around to the front of the mat. So the left leg is straight, and we'll bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Good. Take a moment here, find your sits bones so that you have a firm base planted into the earth. And inhale, reach your arms high overhead. As you exhale, twist slightly so that you're facing your left foot, and then fold over the left leg. Good. Maybe the hands come to the foot or the toes, maybe the ankle, maybe the calf. Wherever the hands fall is all good. Just send the breath here into the low back on the right side. On your next inhale, begin to lift back up. Good job. We'll take the left foot and swing it around so that it's on the outside of the right knee. Just setting up for a seated twist here. Place your left hand back behind you, just behind your sacrum, and inhale, reach your right arm high. As you exhale, twist over towards the left. You can either hook the left or the right elbow outside of the left knee, or hug that left leg in towards the body. Either way, each inhale, begin to find length in the spine as you reach the crown of your head up. And every exhale, just twist a little bit deeper, pulling the belly button in, beginning to gaze back over the left shoulder. And take one more breath in here. And as you exhale, gently unwind. We'll meet in downward facing dog. You can take a vinyasa if you like in between sides or not. Just going to that same place on the other side. So whenever you're ready from downward facing dog, we inhale left heel high. And exhale, left knee comes behind left wrist. Good, and bring the left foot over towards the right. Begin to inch the right foot back as far as it will go without pain. We are looking for sensation, but any sharp pain is no good. So ease out of it if you feel anything sharp or burning. Take a moment here upright with one hand on either side of that front left leg and find balance from side to side. And recognize again that it might feel totally different on this side than it does on the other, and that's all good. Take a breath in, find length in the spine, gaze forward. And as you exhale, keep that length as you fold over the left leg. Finding somewhere for the forehead to rest. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Try to unclench your hands here. Begin to walk your hands back towards your body and shift the weight over under that left hip. Bring your right foot all the way around to the front of the mat, the front right corner. Take a moment to find your sits bones and place the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, reach your arms high, and as you exhale, we fold over the right leg. Good, reaching the chest forward and then down towards the right knee. Send the breath into the low back on the left side. Inhale, slowly begin to rise back up and place the right foot to the outside of the left knee this time. Setting up for that seated twist once more. So place your right hand back behind you, behind your sacrum, and inhale, reach your left arm high. As you exhale, twist over towards the right, either hooking that left elbow outside of the right knee or hugging the right leg in towards the body. Every inhale, grow a little bit taller through your spine as you reach up through the crown of the head. And every exhale, just wring it out, twisting a little bit deeper. We have one more breath in here. And as you exhale, gently unwind. Uncross your legs and we'll place both of them in front. Again, taking a moment, find those sits bones. And flex the toes back towards the body. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. If you'd like more of a stretch through your low back, you can bend deeply into the knees and just drape yourself over the legs. Or if you'd like a hamstring stretch here, keep the legs straight and try to keep the back straight as well with the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, slowly rise up. And reach your hands in front of you. As you exhale, pull the belly button in and see if you can slowly lower down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time, using your abdominals to go as slow as possible until you come all the way down to the mat. And when you get here, and take your time arriving, but bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze and a rock side to side. Find a happy baby pose. Reach for the outside edges of the feet and work the knees towards the armpits. And take a moment here just to flatten the back out down onto the mat. Good. Try to flatten out the natural curve in the lumbar spine and press the shoulder blades down into the mat, finding space in the front of the chest. We'll take another breath in here. And your exhale takes you to Shavasana. Find your Shavasana pose, final resting place. Whatever feels comfortable here. You can take up as much space as you like. Just allow your shoulders to walk down away from the ears. And take a moment here, once more, just noticing how you feel physically, energetically, emotionally, and mentally. Noticing your breath and its natural state once more. Noticing if there's any difference from now and when you first arrived on your mat. Noticing the effects of your practice. And just allow all of that noticing to begin to drift away. I will be here to guide you out when it's time. Until then, please enjoy your Shavasana. Begin to bring your awareness back into your body. Begin to deepen your breath. Find some small movements with fingers and toes. And reach the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Take a big breath in and let it go. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock over onto either comfortable side. Just pause for a moment in the fetal position. Gently help yourself up to a comfortable seat. Taking your time, there's no rush. As you arrive, take a moment to sit up tall. Find those sit bones once more and reach up through the crown of the head and press the palms together at heart center. Thank you for taking the time to practice today, for coming to your mat, for sharing your energy. From my heart to yours, namaste.